Welcome to the Emancipation Celebration interview series, in which we feature some of Dominica's cultural icons. And indeed, we have an icon with us on this program, who is Athena Darroux of Petite Savanne. She is the leader of the renowned Petite Savanne cultural group. Welcome, Athena, to the program.
Thank you, Ray.
Now, you've been the leader of the Petite Savanne cultural group for many, many years. When you look back on the life and career of the group, what would you consider to be one or two of your main achievements?
Well, first I'll say the group was formed in I became the leader of the group, for that matter, at 1983. And from that time, we've been doing good. One of our achievements is traveling to overseas, like places like Martinique, Guadeloupe, Marigaland, and then St. Croix. I went to one of the American countries, St. Croix. And our achievement is, first of all, I would say we received that Eau Blanc trophy, and most of our members received the Golden Drum Award. Also, the group received the Golden Drum Award. I think I was the first one in the group to receive that award, and I got it in 1991. And from that time, we'll be moving onward. Sometimes we face difficulties, but we try to keep up. And in independence celebrations, we usually take part. To me, we have never missed a year in not taking part in the competition. And we have done good. We did good in the competition. Sometimes, even if we do not come out first place, we receive third place, second place, and we never give up. We are there, we are there together, we stay together, and we continue together. So it is through being together as a group that we have achieved so much.
And of course, the group has been together for so many years. What would you attribute to the fact that you all have stayed together for such a long time? What factors would you say have kept the group together for so long?
Well, one of the things that kept us so long is the love for the culture, first of all. Some of members will tell you, if it was not for the love of culture, they would not be there. The love of culture kept us together, and the love for our country as well, because our Dominica is ours to build. First of all, build it in culture. We stay together, and the cooperation of the members, especially when after a year, how many long years we stayed together, and then we formed the youth group and children group. As we know, the children are the future of tomorrow. So through that, through the youth and the children group, we had a great force in the group. So that gave us the encouragement to stay together. And unity is one of them. Unity. We were united, so we stayed together for that time. Up to now, we are still united.
And Petite Savanne community has been through a number of challenges, I guess like the rest of Dominica, but with Petite Savanne in particular, with Tropical Storm Erica, and of course Dominica having experienced Hurricane Maria and now COVID-19. What would you say has been one of the main challenges for the group within that period of time to keep the group together?
One of the challenges was the loss of some of our members, especially Athena Darroux. He's still missing from Erica. And then later, 2 years later, we lose Alan Moise from after Maria. And the challenges that we faced after Erica was to leave our village, to come down. We did not know where we were heading to. But after all, God said, you have to get a place for us. We were a bit scattered, and it had created a lot of challenges for us to get the people together. We were quite interested in what we had to do. But to get people together, it was a big challenge for us. Because, as I said, if we were living together, it would not be a big challenge. But we have some are living in Point Michel, some in Goodwill, I was in Louisville, some in Bagatelle, and so on. So we had to be. But it is as I said, is the love of the culture that we participated that year. I remember we had the gala up in the gardens, and all of us, we came together. And just lately there, after Maria, we lose Mr. Edney Francis, our main accordionist. And now the challenge that we face, we have only one accordionist in our group. And he's a police officer. When he cannot do it, we have to stay away. So I should say it wasn't a big challenge per se, but it was a challenge for us. And then look, Maria hit us again. Some people had to leave where they were living to go somewhere else. It was very difficult that last year. I tell you, it was difficult for us, but by the help of God, we made it through, and we participated in independence celebrations. COVID is another one. I don't know how to explain COVID. But by the grace of God, we are there. No one has died since after Maria. No one has died after Brother Alan. Alan died after Maria, and we are still there. But we are talking about our group. As I said, Mr. Hans is still in Goodwill. He hasn't come up there, but I'm waiting. But some people ask me already, what are we doing if we are still interested in the group? I tell them, well, for me, once I'm still alive and they are willing, I'm there with them. So we are just hoping that Mr. Hans come up, other people will join together, and then we can form back our group. Because in Bellevue, there is a large community hall that we can have our meeting and our practice. Yes.
Given the tremendous experience, Athena, you have had in culture in Dominica, what advice or words of encouragement would you want to give to other groups in Dominica who are trying to promote and preserve Dominica's culture?
I would advise them to be patient, seek for advice, and if the dances that they do not know, get to older folks to teach them some of the dances. And I would ask them to stay together. Do not look, one main advice I would give us, say to some people, do not look on to say you dance and you did not get money. If we say we love our culture and we love Dominica, we should not be saying that we perform and not enough money and all these things. So I would advise people to forget about getting prizes and prizes to keep up the group. All you have to do, we do it for the love of culture, as we have been saying. And I would advise everybody all over Dominica to form a cultural group. Form a cultural group, and when the division is offering courses to learn to play the tambour, the accordion, the shak-shak, please, please, please take up the challenge and learn to play them. Because if all our musicians gone and there is none left on the island and they do not know, who will take up the challenge? So the culture will just go like that. Mm-hmm. So that's my advice to them. Yeah. If I was younger, I'm real, when all you offer courses, I would come.
You mentioned a while ago that you're going to continue to keep pushing the culture with Petit Savan Cultural Group in particular. But for you personally, if you want to take it a little further, how do you see your own future involvement in the promotion of culture in Dominica?
Well, my future involvement is to, again, I will say, to try to keep up the people together. Like me, so I don't think I'll be able to participate in independence celebrations anymore. I can only sing ballet with them. Well, it's a while since I am not performing, as you could see. So my future involvement, once I am still alive, I will be there with them to advise them, to tell them what to do, and what not to do. And I would encourage people to join the cultural group because really, culture has done a lot for us. Was it not for being involved in cultural activities, I would not know Martinique, neither Guadeloupe, nor St. Croix. And a lot of us, many of us from the group has traveled. So I am still there. Once God permits me to be there, and my members are still willing that we could come together, and I will encourage them. I'll be with them as a pillar to help them to go on.
Well, Athena, let me thank you for the contribution that you've made to cultural development in Dominica, and you've made such a great contribution. So on behalf of the Cultural Division, we really have to thank you, and Dominica has to thank you as well.
Okay, thank you.
For keeping the culture alive for so many years through your
50
very
plus
dynamic
years.
cultural group.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you for joining us on this program, and I want to wish you continued success in your work in culture in Dominica.
Thank you, Ray. You're most welcome, and I want to thank you too for having put me on this program. I hope those who will be watching it will enjoy everything that was said. And to thank you once more and the department.
So we have been talking to Athena Darroux, who is the leader of the Petit Savane Cultural Group as part of the Emancipation Celebration interview series. I'm Raymond Lawrence for the Cultural Division.